Hey guys, how's it going? Today I want to do just kind of a quick review for you guys on what I think is the best set of bookshelf speakers at this moment right now for the money, hands down. They're by a company called ELAC, and they're called the Uni-fi UB5s. I should mention too, speaking of price, they're actually, I found a pretty good deal on them, and I'll put a link below in the description so you guys can check that deal out. So a little background of these speakers, they're designed by a guy named Andrew Jones, who many consider to be one of the best speaker makers in the world right now. His goal with these were to make a set of audiophile quality speakers at a budget that kind of anybody could afford. And I think he's completely succeeded with this 100%. These are some of the best speakers I've ever heard, and I've had some very expensive speakers in the past before. I've had some $2,000 to $3,000 per pair of speakers, and I hate to say it, but these compete and in some ways exceed even those speakers at that price level that I've heard. I'll tell you right off the get-go, you will not find a better set of speakers for the money than these. Now, one thing I was a little concerned with early on was that the bass was not going to be very strong because it's just a 5-inch, actually 5.25-inch woofer on it. I was blown away by the bass on these. Unless you really, really want low, super, super low end, loud low end, or you're doing them in a home theater where you want just insanely loud explosions, boomy stuff, you do not need a subwoofer with these. I would say for 99% of people, you do not need a subwoofer with these speakers. They go really low and they project very well the bass. Now these are concentric driver speakers. What it means is the actual mid-range cone and the tweeter are together in one, which means the sound comes out of one exact point on the speaker. Now you wouldn't think that would make a big difference, but it does. What it does is it creates just an image of sound that you have to kind of hear to appreciate. When speakers fire from two different points, you get the waveforms can kind of cross and cancel themselves out, whereas if they're initiating from the exact same point, there's much less of that, and you really hear it in the overall clarity and the soundstage on these speakers. You'll basically be able to point out where instruments are. You can hear where they're coming from. You can say, oh, the bass is coming from over there, or this cymbal was over here, or this timpani was over to the right 3 feet and 6 feet back and up 2 feet. I mean, you can literally hear details like that with these. Another thing that's really nice about these speakers too is you don't need a $1,000 amplifier to drive them. A standard, personally, I would use, and I do use, a stereo amplifier. I've hooked these up to about a $300 just standard Onkyo stereo receiver, and they perform unbelievably well. I mean, they'll shake the whole house as far as volume goes. You certainly don't need anything more powerful than about a $300 receiver with these. But yeah, anyway, like I said, guys, if you're looking for probably the best speaker deal of this decade, look no further. ELAC Uni-fi UB5s, the best value speakers for the money, hands down. If you got any more questions about them, just leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.